Oh, hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please abide by the AFTERBIRTH Plus.
He needs to be cut off from all.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please abide by the AFTERBIRTH Plus.
His sins.
Everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please abide by the AFTERBIRTH. Okay, you know, you gotta have fun with it, is the thing. We're back. Last time, we did Blue Baby, but we did the wrong thing. Like, we completed the post-it note parts we'd already completed. It's okay, life goes on. You know what, normal mode, are you trying to kill me? Who the heck put the game on normal mode? I'm not worried about a friggin' streak. Go ahead, kill the streak, see if I care. No matter what path we take as Kane, we're good here. We can do it, I'm ready. Basement 1, 13J7, WFGF. Will fart for girlfriend. I've been there, man. Times in my life, I'm like, man, I would do anything. I would even fart for human companionship. Sell myself out by being flatulent. No longer. Full health, please. Hey, that's so much better. I was originally wary about taking bottle of pills. Then I thought to myself, if you don't take bottle of pills, there is a realistic chance you can find yourself dying. Not really like massive consequences to that very early on in a run, but still. Prefer to avoid it if at all possible. And hey, always give the item the chance to save you, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Always give the item the chance to save you. I'm excited to be playing some Binding of Isaac here today. It's a Thursday. Thursdays are like my busy day now. I record. That was so good. I record. Then I stream. And then I do Kate's... Why would you stand there? See, that was a really bad time for me to finish that sentence as well. At least I got the S out, but, you gotta be careful, though. Sometimes if you'll fart for a GF, you'll get the S out, and then that's an awkward situation for everybody involved. Tears down. How about no? Anyway, do Kate's stream, come back and record a little bit more, but it's nice, you know? It's my Thursday. It feels like a normal Thursday now, because Saturday's a day off. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that 100,000 times, but I don't want to talk about the day off. Trying to think, you know, I don't want it to like be revealed necessarily, but my wife is going to Japan on Monday, Tokyo Game Show, as well as a little leisure time on her own. So on my day off, she's not home right now, I can say it, booked us a reservation in a nice restaurant. Don't tell her. And I'd take her downtown, and then when we're down there, I'll be like, oh, what do you think about this place? And she'll be like, I don't know, it looks a little fancy. And I'll be like, oh, come on, let's try it out. And then we walk in the front, I'll be like, reservation for 2, Laterno. And she'll be like, what? Or, alternatively, I'll be like, how about this place? And she'll be like, nah, I don't really want to eat there. I'd rather have, like, some ramen. And I'd be like, well, but hey, I would really like to go there. And she'd be like, yeah, but I really want some ramen. And I'll be like, but I really think we should go there. It's just, something tells me that if we don't go there, I'm going to be out a $25 deposit, or at the very least, I'm going to receive an angry phone call. You get the idea. I don't know, man. It's not weird. It's just you don't get, as a married man, you don't necessarily most of the time get a whole lot of like alone time, and that's both for better and for worse, if that makes sense. You know, it's good. You always have human companionship. As an introvert, sometimes there are times I like to, you know, retreat into my own shell. I don't know if I'm an introvert. As a person who has introverted moments, at least, there's times when I want to retreat in my own shell, and it's harder to do that when you live with somebody, but the benefits definitely outweigh the negatives there. Kate went to Japan last year for Tokyo Game Show as well, and I had to figure out what to do for a week, mostly, or 2 weeks really, mostly just kind of hung out in my office. Worked a little bit too much, watched too many streams. Now I'm like, I got the same thing coming up, and I'm like, what the heck am I gonna do? I got a whole week where it's just gonna be me. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm going to go to the 2 Canucks home preseason games and possibly purchase a jersey. That's my master plan. When the cat's away, the mice will play. And by play, I mean see a consequence-free NHL game at the nearby arena. Now, good stuff. This run is not good right now, but I am going to try to make it better. The reason it's not good is because of the tears downgrade. The damage is much better than it is to start with, for sure. But also, that's not so bad. We could use a bomb, get to the shop. We have 6 cents, but what are we going to buy? Valid point. You know what? I'm going to take a chance, make a move, and break away. That's right. I know 2 Kelly Clarkson songs. The other one is Since You've Been Gone. I am willing, in our relatively low damage state, to take Bob's brain. It's low DPS. Damage is good. There we go. Apart from that, I will probably stream way too much. That's my master plan. You know what's going to be hard? It's going to be weird to have a day off, but nobody to hold me accountable. And this sounds perhaps unusual, but you know, one of the reasons it's been easier for me to get adjusted to the fact that I'm taking a day off and that, you know, I could probably take a day off without ruining my entire career is because if I say I'm going to take a day off and then I don't, Kate will be like, what are you doing? You know, you got to take care of yourself. And I'd be like, maybe I just need maybe I could just do like 2 Isaac episodes today. You know, it's a slippery slope. What's going to be hard is like that first Saturday. I think she's only gone for like 1 Saturday, but that first Saturday when she's gone, I'm going to be getting the jitters, man. I'm going to be like, I really want to work today. I'm drawing parallels to addiction as a joke, but also simultaneously, I don't know. Maybe I am a little bit of addicted to workahol. Anyway. Don't want to wake up and be like, oh, what did I do last night? Then I go check my hard drive and it's like 12 Darkest Dungeon episodes. Not again. Okay, I really thought we were small enough to not get hit there. This run's starting to come together, though. Have you, and be honest, you think Small Rock has shown up a little bit less often than it used to recently? Roka, why is this cat freaking? You know, boys, for like a week, it's just gonna be the 3 of us. Doesn't really change too much for you. It changes a lot for me. Normally, Kate and I split cat maintenance. We have an arrangement, more or less. She cleans the litter box, which is, you know, once every few days, because we got one of those fancy robotic ones that mostly works. Once every few days, she empties it out and then puts it in a garbage bag. I take the garbage bag downstairs to the garbage room. We're good to go. In exchange for that, I feed the cats and I clean up if they throw up, which sometimes will go like months without an incident, and sometimes one of them will throw up like 4 times in a single day. It's a good trade, honestly. I think, to be straight up with you, I probably get the better end of the stick. But now I'm going to have everything. I'm not complaining. I'm just, you know, spitballing and illustrating for you what my life's going to be like. You know what I'm actually going to do is play way too much NHL 19. That's not even a joke. Like, that is 100% going to happen. Guppy's head, please. Guppy's head. Oh! Alright, this run rules. I have said it so many times, okay? I play NHL 19. I want to give you my stance on freemium games. I play NHL 19. Would I recommend it? Here's the thing. Do you want to play a digital hockey game? If yes, you don't have a choice. Play NHL 19. Should you play Hockey Ultimate Team? If you're rich and the idea appeals to you, sure. If you're not rich and the idea appeals to you, I hope you don't mind losing to a bunch of people who have put way too much money into the game. I think there's people out there that are unfamiliar with the Hockey Ultimate Team, Madden Ultimate Team, 2K pack system, etc., etc., etc. Like, you may not realize, I want you to know, okay? So I purchased NHL 19, is $80 Canadian. People go, geez, 80 bucks Canadian. I'm telling you, that's not the part you should guffaw at yet. That's it's the normal price of a game in Canada. So I don't mind the $80 price. You know, it is what it is. You get the idea. On top of that, I pre-ordered the edition that was $40 or $50 extra dollars. What do you get with it? Mostly, I mean, you get early access for a couple of days. That's worth something, but you are kind of getting bent over. You get a couple of HUT rewards, like Hockey Ultimate Team rewards right off the bat. So you get like to pick a couple of cover athletes and a legend that can be on your team, which are basically just like really, really good players. And then you get 2 packs a week for 20 weeks or something like that, which is the equivalent of like 60 bucks in value. So you're getting it for like an extra 20 or 30 bucks total overall when you factor in the other stuff. So it's actually, it's not a good deal, but it is a good deal versus buying the packs with your own money. However, the team that I was able to build with that is bad, and everybody I play with online has put in like at least another $150 to $200 into their team. No joke. And you're like, no, they're just working the auction house. No, they're not, because I've been working the auction house. I've been grinding out those AI challenges, at least, you know, the extent that my somewhat limited free time has allowed me during the opening week. And their team is like substantially better than mine, and everybody is helmetless. Because, you know, like the best cards that are out right now are essentially like NHL alumni. Anyway, I'm not going to belabor the point. All I'm saying is, if you're on the fence right now and you're like, maybe I should get it, just ask yourself if you want to go down this road. Except for the pre-order, I will be 100% free to play. I just need to wait for the other free to play people to buy the game. I went out whale watching by getting this early access, and then every time I'm like, whoa, what the heck? That's a beluga right there. You know, what would I expect? I need to wait for the other people who will like put 10 or 20 bucks extra into the game maximum to get it. Who would rather lose than win by spending money, even though I ironically also spent money, but you get the idea. Beyond that, I know you're like, well, you know, if the people, if they're happy putting money into the game, then so be it. Here's why I will never put more than like the pre-order bonus price into an EA NHL game. After 12 months, it's gone. You know, if you play Overwatch, if you play League, if you play any game, like Hearthstone is another good example. You know, they can get expensive. Every expansion, especially for Hearthstone, you could end up, you know, easily putting another 100 or 200 bucks into the game just to stay competitive. But you have them forever, or at least until the servers go offline. In NHL, you have it forever, but the player base is gone in like, you know, 2 weeks to 52 weeks, depending on when you get into the game. So you're really just kind of lighting the money on fire after a while. Don't let me tell you how to live your life, by the way. If it makes you happy, go for it. But it's a dangerous thing to get sucked into. I love Ultimate Team. It's almost like playing, you know, a collectible card game and hockey simultaneously. But dude, it is like actually a ripoff. And EA, if you want me to shut up, business emails on my Twitter account. Juice me up with some packs. I am a man of principle, but I also really, really want to start working towards those, you know, 88 overall legends. Ken Danico, Trevor Linden, Marcus Naslin. Please, I'm just saying. I can keep giving my honest opinion, or you could juice me up and I could get my Naslin, Linden, Besser line of Canucks legends off the ground. It's really up to you. But it has, if I'm being honest, I've had a great summer from a video game perspective. Loved getting into X-Plane. I know I'm just saying this because it's like, it's basically autumn now. I know autumn starts like September 22nd or something like that, but let's be real. Like, it actually starts September 1st. Or when you go back to school. One of the two. Had a great time getting into F1. F1 might be like the best racing, F1 2018 to be specific, might be the best racing game I've played in like 5 years. That doesn't, well, Wreckfest is also really good, but that doesn't mean it's the best racing game that's come out in 5 years, because I haven't played any of those Forza releases, and I mean, I played Project Cars, but never played like Assetto Corsa and stuff like that, except at events. I think we will grab this just for Spectral Tears. Have we done Boss Rush? Yes. So we will save the Moon card to get out of Boss Rush. And then, you know, NHL's fun, but also poisonous, and we discovered Wreckfest over the summer as well. It's a cool game. Guacamelee 2. Dying Light. Dude, we were playing Dying Light Bad Blood on the NLSS earlier today. That's my, like, not even low-key. That's my high-key pick for, like, sleeper battle royale. I don't know if it's gonna take off to an extreme degree, because I have a nasty habit of, like, championing games that I really like and then they never take off. Rip Magical Wizard Wars, you're gone too soon. Here's the thing, Magical Wizard Wars, you had a couple of strikes against you. One, you were a MOBA. That's hard for people, myself included. It'd be harder now, but it was hard then too. 2, when you get styled on in that game by someone better than you, it feels horrible. It's actually like the worst feeling in the world. Because you go in and you're like, rock, rock, rock. And they're like, I counter your rock by making myself immune to rock. And then I hit you with a steam blast. And then when you switch to steam immunity, I freeze you in place. And you get the, like, it's like a fighting game. It's a terrible sensation. But that game got taken out too early, man. Everybody's probably got pet games like that, though, right? Like, games that you loved that didn't take off. I'll give you another one. I got a little into it, but I know that there was actually, like, a burgeoning kind of, like, esports scene for it. Evolve. I will maintain... there's 2 strikes against Evolve, as I see it, in postmortem. I didn't work on the game. Evolve, if you're not familiar, was a 1 versus 4 asymmetrical multiplayer game where one person played as a monster, and they had to basically feed on prey around the map that were AI-controlled animals, and then as they leveled up, they got new abilities, like they could jump really high, or like their damage would be increased, or they could throw a big rock that could incapacitate players. And the players played as class-based hunters with unique skills, like, you know, the medic can heal, obviously, and then there was like the tracker that I think had a like a passive familiar that followed the monster's smell, and it was a really cool kind of concept. Here's 1 strike against it. More fun with friends, but 5 is kind of an awkward number. 2nd strike against it, 2K like microtransaction the Christ out of it before it came out, which is not that surprising because I don't think as a multiplayer focused game, you know, I think it's a lot harder to sell. Hold on. I'm gonna take Nod Leaf, and I may actually do Boss Rush. Normally I would take Papula Duplex for the fun of it, but I'm gonna take Nod Leaf, and the reason is, if we get an Orbital, we can guarantee a Delirium kill. How do you feel about that for productivity? Anyway, we're gonna fight here to try to get 1 extra item, because every item helps. But there's a member of the NLSS community named Benil. Now, I call him Banal, okay? I'm not saying he should change the pronunciation of his pseudonym to what I say his pseudonym is, but, like, at this point, more people probably know you as Banal, so, like, why not, you know? Don't get caught in the riptide, just get taken out to sea. That's not really an expression that makes any sense in this context, but either way, he was like the number 2 ranked medic or something like that worldwide, and he's very good at, you know, he's got other positive track records. He's extremely good at PUBG, like actually leaderboard chasing PUBG. I'm not sure if anymore, but for a while. But you know, all sorts of games like that, I guess you get really good at, and then they just sort of fade away into the ether. Like, you know that there's people out there that are like, I know, dude, but like Gotham City Imposters, that game didn't get its due. You know what game didn't get its due? Monday Night Combat. I wish that had stuck around, created a sequel that was actually like, I mean, I know Super Monday Night Combat exists, but I didn't like it nearly as much as the first one. Played so much of the first one. I don't know if I've ever talked about it, but like Super Monday Night Combat was like my first taste of YouTube toxicity. Like, I did a video of it where I was like, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Monday Night Combat, but I don't really like Super Monday Night Combat. And then I got a lot of comments from people that are like, this is ignorant, this game is good, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? They might have been right. But I feel like I hear more people talking about about Monday Night Combat and Super Monday Night Combat in this day and age. Could be wrong. Also kind of a MOBA. Oh well. Anyway, if you're out there, if you're listening to this and you worked at Uber Entertainment, good work on, I mean, both games, but like Monday Night Combat, genuine classic. Had a great time with that. We must be getting close to done here. Go for Mega Fatty first. I'll tell you what wins us this run. Well, a defensive item wouldn't hurt, and then a very, very good tiers upgrade. Which, I mean, we could have gotten in the form of number 1, but you already understand my reasoning for taking Nod Leaf. If we can get our tiers down to like 15, I feel like we got a really good chance to make this not even easy, because like you never know on the Delirium fight, right? But like fairly simple. I guess we're definitely going the chest path until we get to Delirium, which will be, I guess, after the Hush fight. Are we really gonna... Or did they make it easier to get Delirium? Like, sometimes he shows up after the Mom's Heart fight, right? He can. That would be nice for us, to be honest. So, we're gonna teleport out, because we haven't seen our item room yet. I see you in the comments. 10 Bitcoin says NL's not gonna remember to go to the item room on this floor. Yeah, well, looks like you owe me 200 Bitcoin. My address is yourmum@wallet.com. I don't care about permanent Polaroid invincibility here. I also don't care about Bitcoin, I'm sorry to tell you. If you're into cryptocurrency, that's fine. Doesn't bother me. If you made $1 billion on Bitcoin, I'm happy for you. I mean that sincerely. I already know I'm not cut out to be a cryptocurrency millionaire. I'll tell you why. If I bought Bitcoin at $10 a coin, when it went up to $20 a coin, I don't know, maybe my temperament would have changed, but I probably would have sold. And I would have been like, hey, I made 500 bucks off Bitcoin, guys. Dinner's on me. And then like 10 years later, you know, they'd be like, well, I'll buy the Lamborghini this year. Okay, fine. If you're going to twist my arm, but I don't have the... I'm not an investing type. I work hard. I really do. But I'm very risk averse. I know, like, when it comes to investing I mean, I'm 29 years old. That's a young age as far as investing goes. It's not like a wunderkind age, but when we go to the bank, they're like, you're so young, like, you should take a risky approach. And I'm like, I already work in the most volatile industry on planet Earth. They're like, oh, Alaskan crab fishing? And I'm like, no, YouTube. What? Are you crazy? I shouldn't have done that. But the flies are so good. Okay. Let's move on. This is a great place for us to be. I do think Delirium could be problematic, but so what? Oh, I'm noticing. Bad posture. Bad posture. Let's sit up. Squeeze in a little bit, and if you'll forgive me, take these fancy arms down a little. There you go. Take this arm down a little. There you go. Oh, much better. Much better. I know I'm getting older because I actually like use all of the functions on my office chair now. When I was like 13, I was like, it spins, it rolls, and it goes up and down. That's all I need. Now I'm like, oh, it's 5:30. Better turn the lumbar support another quarter notch in this direction. And you know what? I'm better for it. I keep using Tammy's head as if it's Guppy's head. Not wise. Okay. Try that on for size. See how, dude, it's so good. Okay. So individual rooms are definitely going to be our strength right now. But, you know, tanky bosses are going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt probably. But who knows? That's beautiful. You know what I would also love to see? And I mean, no kidding, but I would love to see Infestation 2. We've already got doubled spiders and flies. I mean, Death and Question Mark are very similar here. They're both gonna more or less kill one room. Shouldn't have done that. So I think there's a couple of other ways that we sort of win this run. And again, it's not going to be hard to kill anything but Delirium. Maybe Hush would be a little bit annoying, but it seems okay right now. But Delirium is a pain in the butt. So I think one way is just to carry an unbelievable fly surplus into the Delirium fight. And the other, I mean, I don't know. Tears upgrade, Infestation 2, just an unbelievable amount of extra damage or something like that. Means of generating more flies mid-fight, like, I don't know, a technology or something like that. This guy's always so, like, deceptively tanky until that move. We missed an 80% chance for a deal with the devil there. The benefit now is we have 100, but I kind of wish that we got it on the last floor, because then, I mean, we would have had 100 on the last floor by virtue of the fact that we would have gotten it. And then we would have had a 30-something on this floor as well. Permanent Polaroid invincibility more likely to happen. If we want to fight Delirium, baby, there is a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. What I was gonna say, though, is the safest approach for us to take is via Hush. Safest is in, like, the highest probability to get to Delirium. We might... I mean, I would rather not fight Hush. Wait, have we fought Hush? Yes, okay. So I would rather not fight Hush, erroneously, or redundantly, based on our posted note, but it's not really redundant if we have no other means to make it. You get the idea. In a way, I'm learning, or trying to learn at least, to respect Delirium a little bit more, because a run like this, with no Delirium, hit me with that Resident Sleeper, because you know you're gonna win. Looking for Tinted Rocks. Which is awesome, from my perspective, to have like a guaranteed one run that's also very fun. Yeah, sign me up. Shoop to Whoop is gonna be pretty tempting for fly generation, if we get it. Let's hope we don't, so I don't have to make a difficult choice. And instead, I'll be happier with our current setup. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh yeah, I mean, I still don't like the floor. But we can pick up a bunch of extra items as long as we're willing to engage in what I would consider a little bit of tedium. I still think Delirium should give you more outcomes, like, or more items, but it is what it is. We'll take both. We have had the Razor, but permanent Polaroid invincibility is worth a lot. Alright, let's, I mean, 23 minutes. Handle this Hush fight. Maybe we'll be able to make Delirium work, and knocking out Delirium is a very, very nice thing to get off the post-it note. I think we have to take the Relic, but it's tougher than you would think, okay? Like, actually tougher than you'd think. Let's think. I mean, Blank Card is a beautiful choice. Blank Card Wheel of Fortune, not so much. So why'd you take it? I have to be honest with you, that was an accident. It's not like we're really using the money for anything else, but still. Yeah, we definitely do not want a Tears downgrade. We'll donate as much money as they'll allow, which is 3 cents. We'll also purchase the ladder. I don't know if I've had the ladder before, which is why I'm going to purchase it. And then we'll take the Relic for survivability, but I also love Little Brim. And then we'll take... whoops. We'll take the Rosary. I think we've already taken Libra, for one. You know what? Let's play this, too. We might be able to get a trinket we enjoy. 2 of diamonds, sure. More Spirit Hearts. Good for the future. Not good for the now, but good for the future. Because right after this, we're going straight into the Delirium fight, so... Well, the Delirium floor. With 2 luck, this is kind of no surprise. Red patch. And the Cancer Trinket is insanely good. Use bombs wisely might actually be the worst tip in the whole game. Originally, I was gonna say, like, we'll take the Crystal Ball. And there is a lot of value in the Crystal Ball, but I think if we have the Sun card, we get the mapping regardless, unless we have the Curse. So, I would rather stick with Tammy's Head, just for room-killing potential. Because every room we walk into, we just press the spacebar. And, unless it's a boss, but even if it is a boss, they'll probably die. Alrighty. You know, as we enter the fall, I feel the need to ask one of the most mundane questions of all time. One of the, like, ultimate 6th grade, you know, back-to-school questions. What's your favorite season? When I was a kid, I used to say fall. But I think, you know, as I've been going back and doing, like, memory audits of myself, I think the reason that I said fall was just, like, mostly because I thought summer was too obvious. And winter in where I grew up was just bad. Like, anybody who said their favorite season was winter, if they grew up in Ontario, like, I don't know, do you hate yourself? You're either a masochist or a liar. Let's put it that way. I like when the snow falls and you can dance in the snowflakes, and then it takes an extra hour to get home every night on the 401 because of all the fatal accidents, you know? Oh, sounds like a wonderful time. Yeah, I think I always said fall because I was like, fall is that's the thinker's season. It's when you go back to school. The weather is basically the same as spring, but spring's for the popular kids. Fall is the month of introspection. Or maybe, I don't know, as a kid I also maybe just liked fall, but I don't know. It's hard to think back, because even though that was me, it's not really me anymore, you know? I lived that, but it wasn't me when I lived that. It was just Ryan. I'm not trying to be weird about it, but you know, you right now are not the same as you as a 10-year-old. Hopefully. Like, you know, you've grown up since then. If you were in the same situations that led to you having the opinions that you had when you were 10, but with your current demeanor, you might come to different conclusions and stuff like that, you know? You might find your least favorite teacher is actually your favorite teacher. You might find your previous favorite teacher was actually kind of like, you know, bad. But then again, that opinion's not worth all that much when you consider that they're not teaching a 30-year-old. They're meant to teach 10-year-olds. So, oh, this teacher's a little too silly for me. I wish he'd sit down and focus on the curriculum. Alright. It's our first trip to Void on this save file. I am unconcerned about everything but Delirium. But Delirium. Now that would be an enemy. Delirium's a real pain in the gourd. But... hold up. This is scary. I think you killed the boss for me. Just remember, the absolute worst case scenario, very smart, and this would be truly horrible, would be we could use Lost Protector to kill Delirium, and we'll just stand still thanks to Nod Leaf. Now, that's a nightmare when it comes to boredom. But it would get the job done. Could record like another video in the background while it's going on. Doesn't look like we're gonna have a big fly army for this. It's also our first time fighting the lamb on this save file now. It's not even on his floor. That's pretty bad. I'm very stoked to see what kind of upgrades we might get. We could really use damage, rate of fire. Our flies are amazing. They could carry us. I think we could pretty easily get a victory. Hey. Even without any kind of like useful upgrades, but I'd rather have useful upgrades. Okay, frail's no problem. Glitter bombs. Not particularly strong. I don't mind fighting Delirium first, if we have to. I guess. It's not him, though, thankfully. Much rather fight the easy bosses. Okay, we'll take Bum Friend just on the off chance we can get, like, Super Bum. These were the ones that were most likely to yield non-Delirium bosses in my head. Because they, have more cramped areas. Like this one, I was gonna say, literally not possible. And Linger Bean, gotten that a lot. Every single other room could be Delirium. Every single other boss fight, I should say. So we're gonna hold this Hermit card. It could be useful as a teleport if things get hairy on that Delirium fight. We could leave, snag the available HP, and come back. But as of right now, I feel like we're relatively safe. The Relic is just dumping hearts for us. Love to see it. That hurts, though. Thank you. You know what? I will give you keys. Maybe you can give me some key-related items. Yeah, okay. You became Lord of the Flies. An angry fly has appeared in the basement. I wouldn't have expected that, but it does make sense. It also benefits us if we have to use Nod Leaf. Although I feel the need to stress for the 50th time, we would rather not. Hopefully it does not come to that. Very nice room. Oh, that's not how you use it, you fool. So if this is Delirium, we'll teleport out straight away so we can get the full HP. I would really rather not put us at any disadvantage. Like, I don't want to fight Delirium on non-10 out of 10 runs any more than is necessary. This is close to a 10 out of 10. If we upped our damage rate of fire, we'd be there. I mean, maybe even not even rate of fire, because we do have the cancer trinket, so I've probably been very rude about our rate of fire. Easy money. Very good. Didn't need to take it yet, but I appreciate the damage up. Alright, so we chose wisely. Excuse me? Oh, BBF, of course. Alright, we will go... Let's make our way back. Highly unnecessary, but just see if we get a Spirit Heart along the way. Keep it up. Relic? Relic? We've done more than 4 rooms, I'm just saying. There we go. Alright, so we'll fight Delirium. If things go wrong early, we'll teleport out and heal up. Or if it looks like there's no chance that we're going to make it, we'll leave. But this should be, I mean, it's definitely going to be a new unlock if we succeed. I don't remember what Kane's Delirium unlock is. It sounds rude, but if I remember correctly, most of the Delirium unlocks are kind of trash. They're not all babies, are they? Surely not. It's kind of like, hey, you beat by far the hardest boss in the game. Very good use of Tammy's head. Here's like a co-op baby that 99% of players will probably never see. I'm trying to think of what it could even be. I'm gonna guess, I mean, it probably is much more of a keeper item, but I was thinking like, Eye of Greed. Kane's got coins, and he killed his brother Abel because of the... I don't really remember. It wasn't not over money at all, now that I think about it. It was definitely because God told him to test his faith, which, you know, many other comedians have been... I don't even like to say the phrase other comedians, because it kind of glorifies my own terrible bits, but, like, more material has been done on that than just about anything out there except for maybe airline food. You know, the real joke about airline food is that, like, you never really interface with it now if you fly domestic. What's the deal with airplane food? The plane always smells like pizza, and yet only the people in first class get to eat. Where's the food? I'm hungry. Please. We were stalled on the tarmac for 2 hours. We're gonna make this. And we're gonna make it pretty easily. Good stuff. I had a great time. What do you got for me? We'll see, I guess. New ending, too. Well, not really new, but... it's the happy ending. Wow. Lore. I mean, it's not a sad story. It's not really fair for me to say. I'm just, you know, a little desensitized, I guess, after playing the game 5,000 times. And then the credits. Bwing! Yeah. Silver Dollar has appeared in the basement. And Delirious. Hello, Delirium. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps to great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!